Throughout the history of professional sports, there have always been comparisons. There have always been another person who reminded you of a player from yesterday that you said was, oh man, this guy was great. When Michael Jordan was playing, people said, that's another Dr. J. He's a better version of what Dr. J is. And then when Kobe Bryant was playing, they said, man, he reminds me of Michael Jordan. When Allen Iverson was playing, they said, man, that guy reminds me of Isaiah Thomas. He could just do whatever he wants on the court. When Kyrie Irving was playing, they said, man, he kind of reminds us of Allen Iverson. You see, these comparisons happen throughout the league. This always has been the tale of two comparisons and two stories. When you hear of Dale Curry, when Dale Curry was playing and had that quick 3-point set shot that he had from the corner, people was like, man, he kind of reminds me of Michael Cooper. When Coop had that long three, he was the one shooting those long threes, slanky, catch the ball and just let it fly. Then Steph come in the league, his son, and says, man, he reminds me of his father, Dale Curry. Then when Shawn Kemp was in the league, when Shawn Kemp was doing all these things, they said, man, he kind of reminds me of Earl the Pearl or one of those guys who can get any shot he wants and be that athletic and do all the things that he do. Then LeBron comes in the league and people don't compare him to Shawn Kemp. It's quite unusual, isn't it? Why would that be the case? They say, this guy's better than Michael Jordan. He's better than Magic Johnson. He's better than all these guys. He's not really compared to them. So, what would be the most comparable thing to LeBron James? Trash. Trash and LeBron, they go about hand in hand. I think that's the fair comparison for him. Trash is at every game. It's always there. It's got a role. It's got a job. It's got to do. People dump on it every day, and it doesn't get thanked. It wants respect, but it don't get it. You know, People do what they want, turn their back on it. They don't care if it's not feeling it that day. It's full, can't take no more. People just dump right into it, and then they clean them out and get them ready for the next game. You know, so these trash cans show up every day to do their job. They're posted. They stand there just like trash. LeBron just stands there on defense, waiting to get the ball so he could be offensive. He stands there like a trash can. So I'm thinking to myself, this is it. This is the fair comparison without, being biased towards the guy. Yo, thought that was the food man. So without being biased, I'm thinking that's the fair comparison. So I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Am I being critical here or am I being fair? I think I'm being equally fair here. I mean, I would say LeBron has played better than the trash can a little bit. You know, that's fair, right? I would say that. I would say that is a fair comparison that he has played outplayed the trash can and he's had a better career than the trash can. Even though I think the trash can will have a longer career than LeBron, um, I think that LeBron has outplayed the trash can. You know, but on defense, they're pretty much the same. So I don't really see a difference there. Now, get this. Check this out. All of these comparisons and what they're really for is so that they can sell you on sports shows. A lot of you didn't know that, right? But that's all comparisons are for. The comparisons are done not because they actually believe one person is better than another. They're doing it just to sell you. So the only way they could sell you Kobe Bryant is to compare it to Michael Jordan. They were comparing Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan when Kobe Bryant was in his rookie year. It was that crazy. And like, oh, this guy's gonna be the next Michael Jordan. No one knew that at the time. They tried to dig up Michael Jordan's baby, Harold Miner, baby Jordan. They were trying to make these Jordans. Who was gonna be the next Jordan? Kobe Bryant evolved and he learned how to model his game like Jordan did and build himself into an efficient player. I mean, when you look at players such as the older days, the comparisons was for you, the sports fan, to be able to follow the game and be interested in it. Because some player reminded you of a player that you watched growing up, a player that from yesteryear, or there are players that was before you even was watching the game. They take that player that from later year and compare it to the player from today to bridge that gap to connect. And then they would compare the two to have generations argue with one another. And it'd be an older guy be like, hey, that's bull crap. He couldn't hold his jock strap. So I seen Babe Ruth hit a baseball and knock the skin off the ball. Don't compare him to Mark McGwire or that Barry Bonds. He didn't need no steroids. They don't make them like they used to. And that's what the whole nature of this is. It's like players are not the same as they used to be. That's the rundown. You know, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant comparisons to the Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving comparisons. Kyrie Irving, his game is a lot like Allen Iverson. I think he's a better outside shooter than Allen Iverson. But the thing about Allen Iverson is Allen Iverson to me is the better scorer. Allen Iverson is the better all around just will, stronger will. He could personally will a team and carry it to victory and carry a team to the NBA Finals. I don't know if Kyrie has that in him to do, to just put a team on his back and carry them all the way there. You know, like AI did. The whole team ran through him. And it was just free will to do whatever you want out there. You know, and I just don't think in today's game that they would let that translate all the way over. Steph Curry with Dale. Dale, when he played with Charlotte, he wasn't even the main guy. He never was. He was the guy that when the play breaks down, he was that guy that could hit a three out of the corner. But even then, the game was not designed to shoot a bunch of threes in the game. If it was, Dale would probably, still dominate the game. He had to guard guys like Michael Jordan and help out on defense. So he was mostly better as a six man coming off the bench, or just a guy who was, going to get maybe 6, 7 shots a game. He was that efficient that way. He was more efficient to help you out that way. He might get 10, 12 shots up, depending on what type of night it was. He was never at the level that Steph was. He was more of a journeyman or a role player, where Steph is more designed to be a head. He's a team guy, but he's the guy you build the franchise around. Never had that kind of accuracy that we seen like from Steph. That guy accuracy is insane, and never seen anything like it. So when you look at someone like LeBron, um, I think he jumps higher than the trash can. Um, the trash can and him are about the same complexion. I think the trash can's a little darker, but I think he has a better jump shot than the trash can. But LeBron's game is very stiff, like a garbage can, and stand still like on defense. Non-existent. I mean, it catches a lot of stuff and takes a lot. Gets dunked on a lot. You know, I mean, it's a lot of comparisons here. You know, I just I see a player who hasn't really progressed their game to a level where it should be. I see the game kind of molding itself around him so that he could be efficient or he could be effective. And to me, that doesn't dictate a great player. It's like they saying, okay, we're going to give you the keys, young man. And he did a great job from being 18 and having that pressure on your back. A lot of people folded. They broke down due to injuries or what have you. And this guy just refused to be broken by it. He took the keys and was gone. Grant Hill had the keys. Grant Hill's injuries kept him, away from where the NBA would wanted to take Grant Hill. But Grant was ideal for the sport. Here's a guy that came up from mother father household, um, solid background, Duke education, didn't have to worry about money. Um, he was the model guy for the NBA, just an all around great person, and he was a great player. He didn't have the outside jump shot that they would have liked at that time, but he was working on it. He was still young. It was time to get there. And unfortunately for him, time, the injuries and the way the game was played, very physical back then. And it just took a toll on Grant. And then he had a ankle injury that turned out to be a worse situation than people thought. You know, someone's calling me. I don't know anybody from Utah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Everybody's so excited to meet me. So, definitely, if you feel what I'm saying, then this would all relate to you. If you're not feeling what I'm saying, then maybe it won't. But any which way it go, tell me what you think, and don't forget, you guys can hit up the Cash App. The name's Carcino on the Cash App. Love to hear from you guys. Thank you. I'm out.